Hi, I'm Ron Montez, and welcome to International Latin Technique 2. In this tape, I plan to continue along the same lines as in technique number 1, except we're going to get into some very important partnering skills to improve your Latin dancing. We're going to work right now on our partnering skills with a partner without really taking any steps. So what we can do is take a partner and we'll just work right along with this. If not, remember what we're doing now and work with a partner at a later time. So dance position, and what I'd like you to do first is, if we remember what we did the other day as far as our rib cage exercises, we moved side to side. So I'd like you to stabilize your feet, not move your hips too much, and just work on this upper body isolation. From side to side, and I would like this to be an action-reaction type of thing where the man is actually leading and the lady responding to that and moving shortly after he does. So from side to side, and I want to remember the arch and the contract. Gentlemen, I want you to bring the girl to you, and she'll arch and you'll arch, and then back. We'll turn sideways so you can see that better. So arch, taking your weight forward into your partner. You feel a little pressure in your frame. Pull your center back, and your back is filled out, especially the lower back, and you feel her back into your hand more. If this hand is up, you will feel a connection from the back of her hand against you. So you have compression and a little catch. Compression into the frame and a little catch. Compression and a little catch. So that's 2. Now continuing further, we have the circular action. If you remember, we started in an arch and we made a circle. In this case, I'm going to have you take the lady to the right, and you go to the right as well. Work your way around the back. Bring yourself forward to your partners to the side of each other, and circle all the way around. So you're slashing across close to each other, and then filling out the whole circle. And now reverse the circle all the way around, like so. So three basic ideas. The side-to-side action, the arch and the contract action, and the circle and the circle. Now, one other one I'd like to add to that as far as side-to-side is concerned, and that's opposite. Take your partner opposite from the side-to-side ribcage movement. This can be really effective in developing a feel for you and your partner in the frame, in the dance position. And also we can do this to music. So with rumba music, we'll use it as follows. First, the side to side in rumba tempo. Two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We'll also be doing rumba time. Opposite, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And the contraction and arch, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And remember the circle, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, reverse it, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And now we'll try it with music. Side to side. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Opposite. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Arch and contract. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Circle, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And remember, the circle can be accented at any point you desire. It can be during the arch, that could be the 2-beat. The backwards action can be the 2-beat. The opposition to the side can be the 2-beat, etc. So we'll try it one more time, and let's do the circle, and this time let's accent it in the arch position. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, reverse, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, in a different angle, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, reverse it, 2, 3, 4, 1, and etc. Now we'll do the circle, and maybe we'll accent the 2-beat or the 1-beat. It's your choice. It'll give you a real good knowledge of the music and an awareness of your dance frame. We'll do the 1-beat accented back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. Reverse. 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some little tips as far as enjoying this is to do it with the ladies, eyes closed, and just try to do it for feeling. So if you can follow this, ladies, with your eyes closed, then you know you're not relying on visual signals to catch what the man is doing. Now, we're going to try it a slightly different way. We're going to be standing facing one another, and we're going to take a double hand hold, and we're going to go 2, 3, and move the body 4, 1, and release the arm so that it drifts out along with the rib cage, and when the rib cage finishes, the arm will finish shortly after. Now this is an exact duplication of what good arm styling should be, and that is body first, arm follows. 2, 3, 4, 1. If the body comes back, the arms come back. To the other side, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 1. A lot of times you have questions, and you might ask your teacher or wonder, where do my arms go and how do I use them effectively? Well, this is a good guide as far as arm styling is concerned. If your body is moving to the side, you take the arm and finish it, but the body initiates all the movement. So we take the body first, we let the hip finish, and then the arm will finish as well. So it's a continuous action generated from the standing foot through the body, finish the hip, finish the arm. It's a continuous action like so, with the body initiating the movement and bringing you out of it as well. So gentlemen, if you're doing a fan position or something like that, you're stepping to the side, the body, the arm, the hip, and the continuation of everything, right through to the fingertips. If you want to try that with a partner, you can do it in several ways. One of the ways is standing side by side and feet slightly apart. And if we do our rib cage exercise this way, and I stretch out on this side, and then we do 2 quick actions, and then the lady stretches out her arm, and then quick, quick, slow, and then I stretch out, and then quick, quick, slow. And gentlemen, if you like to get the feeling of leading this, you have that action, and you take her as far as you want to, and you bring her back. And you see that stops the arm action effectively. So we can go 2, 3, 4, and you can hold it there, and she'll continue it out forever until it finishes, and then bring her back. And the same applies for you. If you're doing 2, 3, 4, 1, you can make it last as long as you want. Make hers last as long as you want. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and so forth. And this is very, very helpful as far as your arm styling is concerned. Now, continuing with some exercises in a seated position that also will help develop this awareness of each other. What I'd like you to do is take 2 chairs like we have, face your partner, sitting erectly, take a 2-hand hold position, like so or like so, it doesn't matter, as long as you're connected. And I want you to lead this ribcage exercise through the arms. So gentlemen, you're moving your arms and your body, and the girl is following. Have you ever stopped to think that your arms are connected to the top part of your body, and when you take dance position, you're effectively leading from your top through her top, but the hips are supposed to move in the Latin dances. So really, our connection is through the top, though. We cannot effectively lead the lady's hips, but we can the top part of the bodies, and that's what keeps us going as a couple and keeps us synchronized. So double hand position, we're going to lead the side-to-side action of the rib cage, right? We're going to lead an arch and a contraction, filling out the small of the back, pressurizing into the frame, into the arms, and checking back, pressurizing forward and checking back. We're also able to lead the circle, etc. And I want you to practice this with one hand. If you get very good, you can do with a one-hand lead. You can lead the girl into you. You can lead the girl back. You can hold it as long as you want to. You can take it in any direction. You can work a circle together. And you can work a circle in opposition, whatever you'd like to do. Again, I encourage you to do it with the music because that'll give you an awareness of the music as well. So if you do timing, for instance, it could be 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, etc. Arch and contract, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1. So on a forward arch, we're in a compression hand position, and on a back contraction, we're back with the small of our back into the chair and a nice link in the arms. Remember, you can be 2-hand, 1-hand, etc. Now, taking our chairs in a different position, side by side, we can take a hold around our partner's waist with the lady on top, maybe around the shoulders if you like. And we're here. Okay, now you can lead the lady from side to side again, lead her in a circle again, and remember this is lead and follow, responding to each other. You can lead an arch and a contract, and it's good to take the arch totally forward and lean all the way forward, and then change it through your dance frame all the way back, arch and go all the way forward, and contract and go all the way back. Take it in a circle if you like, and this is done entirely by feel, or can also be done to music. Now, you all know what a syncopation is, a split beat of one form or another. For instance, in cha-cha you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So we're taking the fourth beat and splitting it in half. So a syncopation, we lead by going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. We can do it arch and contract, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So any syncopation you can think of can be led effectively through this idea as a practice exercise to develop awareness between you and your partner in a dance frame. Continuing now with a little bit more technique as far as the rumba is concerned. I say rumba, but I'm also referring to cha-cha because rumba and cha-cha have a lot of overlap. If you're a good technical dancer in the rumba, you will be also in the cha-cha and vice versa. So I'm referring to the rumba and the cha-cha in this following discussion. Okay, now what I'd like you to do as an exercise is do a rumba cha-cha. That means 1 bar of rumba and 1 bar of cha-cha like follows. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cha-cha, 3, 4, and 1. Rumba, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cha-cha, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Rumba, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cha-cha, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So you can see that the 1, the 2, and the 3 beats are full beats, and you utilize them to the maximum. 1 being a side step, 2 being your forward basic, 3 being your replacement on one side. And then if it's cha-cha, you have a cha-cha, and then you have 1, which is your side step, 2, which is your back basic, and 3, which is your replace. And then you have cha-cha. If it's rumba, you just leave out the cha-cha, and of course you have the side step and you use that to its maximum as well. So 1 bar as rumba, 1 bar as a cha-cha, and it'll really help you ground that cha-cha out. It won't be so hoppy and so up in the air. It'll be nice and grounded. A lockstep, a good example. We'll do a cha-cha lockstep. 2, 3, cha-cha 1, 2, 3, rumba walk, 4, 1. Cha-cha, 4 and 1. Rumba walk, 3, 4, 1. Now change it. Rumba walk, 4, 1. Cha-cha lock, 4 and 1. 2, 3, rumba, 2, 3, cha-cha, rumba, and etc. So I'd like you to take your partner in your next practice session and do a rumba cha-cha. And this can be done most effectively to rumba music. So I'd like to have a little rumba music now and dance back and forth, alternating between rumba and cha-cha to get a good feeling for the 1, the 2, and the 3 beats. 2, 3, cha-cha, 1, 2, rumba. Cha-cha, cha-cha, 1, rumba. Cha-cha, rumba, rumba. Cha-cha, cha-cha, 1. So you can see how that can help, because a lot of times in the cha-cha, we treat the 4 and 1 as 3 equal parts. Cha-cha-cha, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha, and we don't really ground and fully use that 1 beat. So I hope this helps you rumba cha-cha. Keep working on it as far as timing is concerned. Now, let's work on some other points as far as specific figures are concerned. Let's do a spot turn. Spot turn is used a lot in rumba and cha-cha, all the way from beginning dancing through high competitive level. Let's take a side step, and I'd like you to bend the knee and bring it across the other leg, stroking the floor and dropping the hip as you do it. So you feel a stroke as you draw the knee across. Now let's keep that foot going and extend it across the other leg. Drop that heel, take a nice swivel action, drop the forward heel, another swivel action followed by a side step. Slowly finishing the hip. Okay, once again, our exercise is drawing the foot in, extending it, and this completely balanced as far as the leg action and the hip action, both being used at the same time. Take your foot across, position it, swivel, position it, swivel, and then step side. Again, the other side. Stroke the foot up, knee coming across, knee first, toe turned out, position the foot forward and across, swivel, drop the heel, swivel again, and take your side step, slow hip. Important thing to remember about the spot turn, and I'll do it sideways so you can see some common faults. Common fault is to take the foot forward and across and to overturn the swivel, and the weight goes to the outside of the foot and you lose your balance. A turned out foot is always more supportive, so when you take this swivel, the foot must stop about here. And then you continue turning your upper body, and particularly the forward leg. I'll do it on this side so you can see. Stop the back foot from rotating, continue turning the forward one out, and then take weight on it. So the back foot is turned out. Remember, some of the mistake that can be made is to overturn the back foot and swivel off. Lose your balance off the end of it. So take your spot turn. Don't turn this foot too much. Turn your body and hip. And then swivel and take your side step. Repeat it this side. Check that back turn. Walk forward. Swivel and take your side step. Some other things that are important as far as basic figures are concerned. And let's work a little bit on the forward basic, the forward check. This is for cha-cha or rumba. If we do forward positioning of the foot, we have 2 straight legs at one point. If we're doing a forward walk, we fully change weight, we swivel off the back foot, fully extending it, stretching it, and then it bends and comes under. If we're doing a checked forward walk, we step forward, we still go to a straight, 2 straight legs, except I keep the ball of the foot more anchored in the flow, into the floor, and not completely stretch the foot. So we get onto the foot. We take the heel off, we swivel the foot slightly, but the ball of the foot is more anchored to support us. And then we drop the knee towards the floor and pressurize into the back foot. So watch again. We stroke the foot forward, place it, go onto it, tension through the back foot into the floor, drop the knee and the hip, and pressurize back into the floor. And this happens in every New York figure where you're stepping across with your partner and drop and replace it, and then step side, swivel and step forward, drop the heels and step back. It's the same idea, rumba or cha-cha. Let's work a little bit on the back basic. Back basic, take the foot from a pointed position to practice, stroke it along the floor, push it backwards, never losing the floor, stretch the leg out, and take your weight on it. Remember, never lose the floor. Take it under you with a very deep knee, push the foot along the floor, take weight on it, and here we are. Okay, now in this back basic, I would like you to think of taking your tummy back and the small of your back over your heel so that you have a nice back feeling, fully back with the small of the back and the back of the neck. That'll counterbalance and check into your partner quite nicely. Do not try to open the hip right away like this and twist the body. This is one of the most common mistakes in rumba or cha-cha, is to step back and open the hip right away. First thing is just think of the back or linear motion directly back. Next, I'd like you to think of this. After filling out the back action is to settle the hip to the right. Then at this point, you're moving forward. Your partner's either leading you forward or you're changing weight yourself. Allow the hip to rotate back as you take weight onto that forward foot. Tuck under and settle into your left hip. Swivel, evening out your hips, and take your next movement forward. So we have three actions, basically three. Back, side, rotate. Now continuing, we have rotate and step. So again, reviewing that, a back action, directly back, the legs are still tight together at the top, haven't opened the hip yet. You let the hip settle, and I think you can see it better at this angle, settle to the right, roll backwards as you transfer weight, tuck under, rotate, and then step forward. So you have back, side, rotate, tuck, swivel. Back, side, rotate, tuck, swivel, walk. And that's a little bit as far as your back basic is concerned. Let's work on the cucaracha. And a good exercise would be to do a cucaracha, 2, 3, 4, and a spot turn, 2 and 3, 4. A cucaracha again, 2, 3, 4, and a spot turn, 2 and 3, 4. A lot of people ask me this question. On a back basic or a spot turn, I have trouble in rumba keeping this leg straight and I want to bend it. Well, my answer to that question is it can be done with a straight leg, providing you're using some techniques. And one of them is to pull the leg back, pull the knee back as you work the hip and transfer weight. So if you think of a spot turn this way and the leg straightens, pull it back as you move the hip. And watch it one more time. So we're taking a spot turn in this case, pull that leg back as we work the hip, and then it comes under. Once again, spot turn, pull that leg back, and then let the hip come under. Okay, again back to our exercise, which is a cucaracha to the right and a spot turn to the right. A cucaracha to the right and a spot turn to the right. Now try a cucaracha to the left and a spot turn to the left. A cucaracha to the left and a spot turn to the left. Okay, now remember some of the exercise we did as a couple, seated and standing up. This is also very important. Body, hip, body, hip, body, hip. Some of you may know American style, where we have a little bit more of a merengue action, a little bit more of a compression, into a bent knee like we do in a cucaracha. Well, this is a lot easier for some people to do, especially when you started out with that. And then the hip came over slower. You step into a bent knee and you kind of grind into it and the hip comes over slower. Well, if you're doing the international style, the leg goes straight, but the hip still comes over slower. So if we have a count like 2 and 3 and 4, or 2 and in the American style, in the international style it can be straight leg 2 and still and. So we don't have such a thing as a step with the hip directly over it, throwing it like so. We always have this slow working action and settling continuously. Okay, a few words now about samba, and I'd like to touch on a couple steps, basic actions first. Let's do a whisk, basic whisk. To the left first, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, and continue. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to practice pushing off and landing, letting the hip slowly come over. Try that again. Push off your supporting foot, and then let the hip slowly come under to a bent knee. Take the foot under, push the hip up with the ball of the foot, and then drop down, settling back to a neutral position. So we have push the hip over, let it settle down, take the ball of the foot under, pushing your left hip up, and then letting it settle down. So we have a 1 under, a 2 under, a 3 under, a 4 under, a 1 under, a 2 under, a 3 under, a 4 under. If you're dancing this with a partner and you have a double hold like so, and you're doing a whisk, you would step a 1 and you'd fill out that hip and put a little pressure forward into your partner's hands. And then you'd lift up and then you'd fill out that hip again. Remember the creases? Fill out the crease and you'd feel pressure into your partner's hands. Pressure, no pressure, pressure. Pressure forward, no pressure, pressure. Pressure, no pressure, pressure. And that's a good way to think of it. You can practice with your partner with a two-hand hold, thinking of exactly that. Let's work on the samba walk a little bit. Samba walk, start with one foot back, and I'd like you to just roll off your supporting foot and take a forward step with your thighs coming forward, tucked under with your hips, taking out the creases. Again, point your foot back, roll up under. Now reach back a little bit with that back foot, reach back, pull the supporting foot, and then let the hip come under. And let's try that again. From a pointed foot position, we roll up off the supporting foot, tucking under. And remember we talked about in level 1 where we had the third eye as being our belly button, and we winked and opened and winked and opened and winked. So we have from here, pull under and wink and open 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 and tuck, pull back and tuck, reach and pull back and tuck, reach and pull back. Let's talk about that a little further. When we do the placement of the forward step, a 1, then we have a little extension back to grab a piece of the floor. The hip kind of goes with it. The hip will go, and then the hip will tuck. So we have, straight on here, we have hip settles a little bit leftwards, it goes a little bit rightwards, and then it tucks under leftwards. Settles a little bit rightwards, pulls leftwards, and then tucks under. So settle left, pull right, settle left. Right, pull left, settle right. And watch again. So we have right, pull, settle. Left, pull, settle. Stationary samba walk, pretty much the same, although we can add a little bit more of a roll. We can roll on to the supporting foot, pull back. Roll on to the supporting foot, pull back. From the side, wink, change weight, pull back, tuck. Wink, change weight, pull back. Roll, pull back. Roll, pull back. Roll, pull back. Another movement we can work on samba, are the walks or stepping out, as in a cruzado walk, etc. One exercise we can do is to do feet together and roll, roll, roll in a clockwise direction. From that roll, I want you to think of this. Clockwise roll. Remember, on the forward part it's a wink. To push off your right foot and take a left foot forward. Roll once, roll twice. Now push off your right foot and open your hip and then let it settle under. And try it again. So you have roll, roll, push off this time as part of the roll, and then tuck under. And that can be repeated to either side, and it'll be a good exercise for the samba action. Thank you very much for being with me in this International Latin Technique 2 tape presented by Dance Vision USA. I hope these techniques prove helpful for you, and good luck in your dancing future. Thank you.